U.S. President Donald Trump has declined to say whether his administration would defend Taiwan against an attack from China. For more on this, we go now to Louise, who's live in our Taipei newsroom. Louise, the U.S. is Taiwan's most important backer. So how significant are these non-comments by President Trump?
Well, it's not the first time that he said he doesn't want to give an answer on this. Let's take a look at his latest comments. He gave them during his first cabinet meeting. He was asked by a reporter whether the US would ever allow China to take control of Taiwan by force.
I never comment on that. I don't comment on anything because I don't want to ever put myself in that position. And if I said it, I certainly wouldn't be saying it to you. I'd be saying it to other people, maybe people around this table, very specific people around this table. So I don't want to put myself in that position.
Now, what Trump said there is totally in line with US policy on Taiwan. The US has a policy of strategic ambiguity. That means they don't say whether they would come to Taiwan's aid or not. The idea being that this is supposed to keep the peace. China is wary of invading and Taiwan is wary of declaring formal independence. Now, of course, Trump's predecessor, Joe Biden, he said several times that his administration would come to Taiwan's defense, but those were highly unusual comments for a US president to make. So should Taiwan worry about this latest development? Well, it can take heart from a separate interview by the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio that was broadcast within hours of Trump's comments. Rubio told Fox News, "We have a long-standing position on Taiwan that we're not going to abandon. And that is, we are against any forced, compelled, coercive change in the status of Taiwan. That's been our position since the late 1970s, and that continues to be our position. And that's not going to change." So what Rubio and Trump are both saying is consistent with long-standing US policy on Taiwan. Now, that doesn't mean to say that Trump's comments are not going to add to unease in Taiwan over what his presidency could mean for the country. Because at that same cabinet meeting, Trump went on to say, "I have a great relationship with President Xi." Now, someone else he's previously said that he got along with very well was Russian President Vladimir Putin. And we've seen the US sit at the table with Russia to talk about ending the war in Ukraine. Absent from that table was Ukraine. So while we could say that Trump's latest comments signal no change in US policy towards Taiwan, they're perhaps another reminder of the unpredictable nature of his presidency.